For 60 years, we have searched deep space for a sign of life, scanning for signals from civilizations thousands of light years away. However, new analysis of recent flight telemetry suggests these crafts may be arriving from a point much closer to home, not from another star system, but from our own future. This theory relies on a concept called temporal anthropology. As this timeline shows, it suggests that human evolution eventually bends backward into a loop, allowing future researchers to travel to the past to observe their own origins. Within this framework, they function as observers. They collect observational data from their ancestors while remaining separate from the timeline's trajectory, which explains why these objects avoid direct contact or interference. This remained a theoretical model until the government recently leaked the specific technical documentation required to build these machines. A routine, unredacted data dump on the official war.gov website recently provided the engineering details behind this technology. This leak included two specific files, labeled P45 and P55, which contain raw telemetry data and complete mechanical blueprints for the crafts. These P45 blueprints show a biometric interface perfectly aligning with a standard human skeletal structure. The internal controls are engineered specifically for our anatomy, while also accounting for an elongated spine and an adjusted cranium, the exact physical changes predicted for our future evolution. These crafts are designed to keep a biological human alive under extreme conditions, which finally explains how a pilot could survive the physics of the most violent UAP encounters on record. In 1952, a dark, football-shaped object was documented over Japan, moving through the sky with a flight path that defied conventional physics. Radar data showed the craft executing maneuvers that would generate enough G-force to instantly destroy a modern pilot's body. The P55 file details a technology called G-force dampening. This diagram shows the craft projecting a field that disperses extreme external forces around a protected internal compartment. Even when executing right-angle turns at hypersonic speeds, the internal payload remains stationary, allowing a human pilot to survive impossible maneuvers. The pilot over Japan didn't survive because they were an alien. They survived because they were supported by a combination of future human genetics and temporal engineering. If these are future humans using P45 technology, it raises a question about why they have spent decades hovering over our history. Analysis shows that sightings are not random. They cluster around pivotal moments, such as the first nuclear tests, major geopolitical conflicts, and the development of advanced weapons. This process is known as temporal mapping. Future researchers appear to be cataloging the specific variables of their own past. Note how the frequency of data collection exactly matches these historical flashpoints. An extraterrestrial visitor would likely focus on Earth's natural resources or geography. Instead, these objects hyperfixate on our social milestones, prioritizing the events that shaped human history. They are observing us because our present is their history book, and the increasing frequency of their visits suggests our timeline is rapidly catching up. Our own modern development of quantum computing and fusion energy is accelerating, bringing us closer to the capabilities seen in those leaked blueprints. We are approaching the convergence, the moment in our timeline when we will finally build the technology found in the P55 file. This chart shows our technological curve. As it moves sharply upward, it approaches the threshold where the temporal loop forms. The shrinking gap explains why sightings are more frequent. At their intersection, the loop is sealed. We are witnessing the entities we'll become. If the architects of our future are already here, watching us through the lens of their history, it forces us to ask a final question. What exactly are they waiting for us to do next?